It's Thursday, September 4th at approximately 12:03 p.m. in the matter of the request for the removal of Kwame M. Kilpatrick from the office of Mayor of the City of Detroit. This is matter number 2008-04LO. And for the record, I note the appearances of William Goodman and David Whitaker on behalf of the petitioner, as well as James Thomas and Sharon McPhail on behalf of the respondent. I notice other attorneys. Would you care to put their appearances on the record?
I would, Your Honor. John Coolish and Tanya Phillips, also on behalf of the petitioner. My partner, Julie Hurwitz, is also present in the room, and since she has been extremely patient with me throughout these proceedings, I'd like to acknowledge her presence as well.
Thank you.
And Governor, I wanted to also indicate to you that I'm accompanied by Joseph Nisker and Michael Naughton, who are both out of my office. These were the guys behind the scenes, and I'd like to at least acknowledge them and introduce them.
And thanks to everyone involved. So this morning, in proceedings in Wayne County Circuit Court, Judge David Groner accepted a plea of guilty from the respondent in this proceeding, Mayor Kilpatrick. The mayor pled guilty to 2 felony counts of obstruction of justice. He also pled no contest to 1 count of assaulting or obstructing a police officer. Pursuant to the plea agreement, he will serve 120 days in jail. He will pay $1 million in restitution to the City of Detroit, including surrendering his future pension benefits. The mayor will serve 5 years probation and not seek or hold elective office for those 5 years. He will surrender his license to practice law, and in addition, Mr. Thomas has provided, and I have in my hand, the letter that Mayor Kilpatrick has submitted resigning from office effective Thursday, September 18th, 2008.
Governor, towards that end, I've given you a copy. The original has not yet been tendered to the appropriate parties. I have given it to Mr. Goodman, but I'd ask that you hold off on putting that in the file until after it's given to the appropriate parties. I pre-marked an exhibit, which I'm going to ask that you accept. I'll send it to your clerk.
It's so accepted.
It's defendant's exhibit or respondent's exhibit number 30.
So when the mayor's resignation takes effect, as I expect it will, in accordance with that plea agreement, the office of mayor will become vacant, and this proceeding that we are in will become moot. In light of those events, I am suspending these proceedings, but for the record, this hearing is going to actually be adjourned until Monday, September 22nd, 2008 at 9 a.m. But if, as expected, the mayor's resignation takes effect before that date and his office becomes vacant, I will cancel that hearing and this proceeding and notify the parties.
So there would be no necessity for us to appear?
If the resignation becomes effective, as we all expect, on the 18th. That's correct.
That's a condition precedent, I believe.
It is.
Which is not voidable under any circumstance.
That's exactly right, and we'll hold you to that.
We've been instructed.
The mayor's guilty plea this morning and truly the events of the past year, or at least 9 months, will, I'm certain, serve as a profound reminder to us all, public officials and citizens, that a public office is entrusted to the person who holds that office, but belongs to the people who are served by that office. I'm certain that commentators and historians will use the lessons of these past difficult months to teach those young future public servants about the importance of integrity and honor and duty to the public. When a public official violates that sacred trust, that violation and the consequences certainly affect more than one individual. It affects us all. Today, this sad but historic story is coming to an end. It's very important for us as a state and as a city to turn this page together. There is much work to do. It is my profound hope that we can now write a new history for this great but embattled city, and that the citizens of Detroit can begin the healing process to move forward. There's been much said over the past few months about Detroit and the mayor, and understandably a lot of anger has been expressed on all sides. So now, as governor, I'm asking us to author a new chapter together. I would hope that Michigan citizens will demonstrate our compassion as a people and pray for the mayor's family. I would ask all of us to pray for this city, to uplift this community and its citizens, and to see this as an opportunity to build a great city and region together, city and suburb, east and west, north and south. In moments of great pain, no people are more compassionate and determined than Michigan citizens. So now is the time for us all to put feet to our prayers for the city of Detroit. This hearing is adjourned, and we are off the record.
Thank you, Governor Granholm. I would just like to note the presence and appearance here of three of my clients, Councilmember Sheila Cockrell, Councilmember Brenda Jones, and Councilmember Kwame, who I think I speak for all of us, all of the members of council and my colleagues as well, in thanking you and your staff for a well-run and human and humane proceeding, and for everyone's patience.
Well, thank you, and thanks to all of you on both sides. This has been difficult, I know, and I, for one, am glad that this chapter is closed.